Hey everyone, Shawshank Redemption here, showing the sad reality that the Pacers dynasty, the streak has been ended. 8 straight championships, 9 straight finals were ended in the first round, upset by the Hornets, and the Pistons went on to win the championship against the Spurs. Rookie Jason Kidd, Finals MVP. So now we enter the 1995 offseason, unsure of what will be happening with the Pacers. Not only do we not win the championship, we had a coaching change. I gotta go Pacers here to show you. Don Nelson has decided to coach elsewhere, and not just anywhere, but joining the expansion Toronto Raptors. So Billy Cunningham, who was one of my assistant coaches a few years back, is returning to Indiana to be the head coach. So hopefully that works out. We were able to keep James Salas on as an assistant coach, but you can see here that, where is he? Oh, it's down here. Don Nelson from the Pacers to work as the Raptors head coach. They also have Alex English as their assistant. So depending on how the Raptors offseason goes, this could be very interesting. So the Raptors and Grizzlies are joining the league. First thing we have to do is the expansion draft. I think I've made my decision on who I'll be leaving unprotected there. Before I do that, got to show you that yet again. Oh, I can't click it. Okay. I have to go here. Yet again, the Pacers get the #1 pick. We had the third best chance in the lottery, or the third worst record, the Sonics did, and that ended up being #1. So we have 1st, 7th, 10th, 14th, 20th, 22nd, 25th, and I actually did have the Pistons pick, so that's the last pick of the draft. So lots and lots of draft picks in this pretty loaded draft class. Obviously, we're not going to keep that many people, but we do have some decisions to make. So we've got Van Exel's probably going to be the guy that I leave unprotected for the expansion draft. I'm thinking Gary Payton's finally going to be a starter. Whether it's over Stockton or Reggie Miller, I'm not quite sure yet. It might depend on what happens with their progression through this offseason. We had a couple guys retire, so Reggie Theus retired, and Joe Barry Carroll retired. So otherwise, everybody else might stay on the team. But with the #1 pick, I'm pretty sure Kevin Garnett needs to join the Pacers here in the super team, which not sure what that means for the rest of these guys. Grant Hill's probably, by the end of this offseason, if he goes up as much as I think he will, he's probably going to be just as good as Pippen. Garnett, I guess, technically doesn't have to play too much as a rookie, not on a team like this, but I don't know. Let's go ahead and get into the expansion draft and protect some people. So we have... Oh, wait. We have to leave just one person, right? I thought 8 was the max. Why is it letting me click everybody? Will it tell me otherwise? I assume? Isn't that one of the... Whoops. Are you sure you want to go back? Yes. I think that's one of the settings. Protected players 8. Option sets the maximum number of players a team can protect. I don't know if that's what it really was in 1995. There are 8 people selected here. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. I was just thinking I need to leave one person unprotected and it was going to be Nick Van Exel. I'm assuming it's not going to let me do that. Confirm. It says submit yes. I'm so confused. Okay. I guess I'm going to try it this way, see if it tells me otherwise. I'm not sure why it's letting me protect everybody if I'm only allowed to protect 8. happens if I do that? It says everybody. I'm kind of afraid of what's going to happen. Okay, we'll just leave Van Exel and see. Oh, you have exceeded the maximum number of players. Oh boy. Okay. Can we deselect all? Is that a thing? Let's just start from scratch. Count to 8. Oh my gosh. Only one player can be taken though, right? I think that's how it works. So Shaq and Peyton for sure are staying. Oh my gosh, this is hard. Grant Hill was the number 2 pick last year, so he's got to stay. Kellogg, I'm afraid. Oh my gosh. Stockton has been on the team. He was the very first draft pick. We got to keep him around, I think. That's 4. I got to keep Kellogg. That's 5. 3 more. I guess Pippen needs to be 1. 6. Mourning was not very good. And he's in the last year of his rookie contract. So I need 2 more. I'm just wondering if I leave Reggie because he's got a 3-year deal. They might not like that. They might take one of these rookies instead. Like Rose, Jones, Van Exel, Ori I could stand to lose. So do I risk losing Reggie Miller? Because he's not really gotten very good. Plus, I have Peyton to start. Kemp, I feel like I could get a lot out of a trade. So I want to keep him because Garnett's joining likely. Wow, I really did not plan for this well. Do I protect Mourning as a potential trade bait? Or do I protect Reggie hoping that they take... Or leave Reggie, I mean, hoping they take one of these younger guys. I would think they would. They wouldn't want somebody with 3 years, I don't think. These young guys have potential. 3 Bs and a B plus and Eddie Jones. Eddie was also... Drafted him with the 4th pick. Rose I got with the 12th pick. I think I protect Eddie in case they take Reggie. That's 8. Oh my god. Let me just make sure it's not going to let me exceed the maximum number. Oh boy. I don't know if they go for the highest overall or if they go for the smartest move of getting a young guy. Either way, it's probably going to be Mourning if I leave him, and I'm okay with that. So let's go with those 8 and hope that they'll take Mourning instead of Reggie. Holy moly. Okay, let's see what happens. Reggie Miller was the first pick. We just lost Reggie Miller to the Grizzlies. Wow. Okay, well that's an interesting switch. We've had him for, what, 7 years now? Some pretty good people in this. I mean, not amazing overalls. There's a fake guy. And what's sad is he didn't even get to... It would have made more sense if he went to the Raptors following Don Nelson. But the Grizzlies had the first pick. A couple fake guys. Seem to be a lot of small forwards. Bruce Bowen. So there we are. Some of these guys, does anybody not have a contract? Like those guys don't have, they must have team options. So they might let them walk into free agency and they'll just be able to sign people. So Reggie was the best overall player available by like, these two are way above everybody, 82 and 80. So BJ really was drafted by the Raptors in the expansion draft and refused to play for them. Got traded to the Warriors. So that's interesting to see that. So Grizzlies got the first pick in the expansion, which I thought meant that the Raptors should have the first pick in the draft. But I don't think it's been working that way. Oh, it does. Okay. I thought when we had the previous expansions in the late 80s, it didn't work that way. Okay. Well, that was unexpected. Let's go ahead and get in the draft. And the Pacers have the first pick. Let's go ahead and see if anybody will trade anything. Just in case. We have two offers. It's the Suns with the second pick and Carlos Rogers. And the Raptors offering BJ in the fourth. I don't think anybody was expecting Garnett first. Stackhouse, Wallace Smith, Garnett. Wallace Smith, Garnett, Stackhouse. Wallace Smith, Garnett, Stackhouse. So the highest Garnett's supposed to go is third. I don't know if that means... I mean, his ceiling is Hall of Fame. His ceiling is All-Star, All-Star, All-NBA, All-NBA. So he seems to have the highest ceiling, which makes sense. He's 5 worst to start out, but he doesn't need to play much on this team. So I think we just go ahead and get him. Whoops. I'm not on the actual choose. I wonder if I can trade one of my picks to get Reggie back. Is that allowed? Might be. Let's go ahead and get Garnett. I think there was a trade in real life where somebody said, hey, take this other guy that I left unprotected and we'll give you like a second round pick or something. So Jerry Stackhouse joins the Suns, who have nobody, so he's about to average a lot of points. Joe Smith to the Mavericks. The Raptors' first pick is Rasheed Wallace, so he'll be with BJ Armstrong. And joining Reggie Miller on the Grizzlies is Antonio McDyess, Damon Stoudemire in Washington, and the Pacers are back on the clock. Let me first see who's there. Bob Sura, Bryant Reeves, Bob Sura, Bryant Reeves. Michael Finley is probably the best player overall left. Ratliff's down there as well. So definitely don't need Michael Finley. I do have the 10th pick as well. Let's see what the 7th gets me. Oh my god, I have 2 second rounders too. Didn't even realize that. 7th and 14th for Lamond. I don't really want players so much as future picks. Unless I'm just blowing up the team since we did just horrendous in the playoffs. There's 2 firsts from the Blazers. I'm going to go click Reggie Miller just to see. Just for fun here. Let's see if they're willing to offer him for anything. Sean Kemp and the 22nd. Oops. So it looks like I don't have to trade anybody. It says the money works for some reason. I just wonder if I could trade just the 7th. Let's just see what happens here. Oh, I have a trade exception. That's why it works. Weakens us too much at our shooting guard spot. Okay. 7th, I have so many. I don't need any of these. Van Exel I was ready to get rid of. Nothing. Oh, he's expired. Never mind. I can't trade him. Kemp would be the guy. Now that I have Garnett, Kemp would be the guy that would probably leave. I was considering starting Kemp this year because he's probably going to be better than Kellogg, and Kellogg can come off the bench the rest of his career. But, well, if Kellogg goes down a couple, he's still startable, and Garnett could play backup power forward. Let's see what Rose in the 7th gets me. Damon Stoudemire's on the screen. 8th and Danny Ferry. Okay, interesting. Let's just see for Kemp 2. Joe Smith, he was though at the third pick. Hey, McDyson Miller. So it is possible McDyce was the 5th pick. So trading pretty much up 2 picks to get Reggie back at the expense of Sean Kemp. I don't know, I kind of just want to let... That's hard. Reggie has gotten hurt 3 out of the last 4 years. He's done well, but he was also... Oh, I forgot. He was super angry. He hated my team, which might have... Honestly, might have done something to make me lose in the playoffs. Morale does matter for things like that. I think I'm deciding that Reggie Miller stays on the Grizzlies. And I'm just going to trade this for hopefully... It was the Blazers giving me picks. There's 2 picks from the Nuggets. That might not be a bad idea. So Blazers are usually pretty good. Let's see who they have under contract still. So Drexler's expired. Isaiah's got a year left and is getting older. Larry Johnson seems to be stuck at 80 overall. So they might not be as good, especially if Drexler moves elsewhere. So that's not a bad trade. The other option was the Nuggets. And they have Isaiah, who is a crazy scorer. Worthy's getting older. Lever's getting older. And they have the 9th pick. So they were already pretty bad, and they're only going to get older. So this probably makes more sense. That's top 3 protected. I imagine they won't be in the top 3. I think let's go ahead and do that. It's like a middle 2nd rounder, and now this is the 7th pick. So it's either get Michael Finley or get an extra first. Let's get an extra first. And they get Big Country, Bryant Reeves, to the Nuggets. Cherokee Parks jumps the draft board for the Hawks. And now the Nuggets get their other pick, which they're trading. So they got who they wanted in Reeves. And the Clippers appear to be getting into the mix, trading George McLeod and my future first, which is just a terrible pick, because they wanted Bob Sura. So now I still could get Michael Finley if I want to. I don't know that I want to, because I have Eddie Jones and Jalen Rose. There's 2 firsts from the Sixers. 2 firsts from the Bucks. Those don't sound terrible. We've got Horace Grant from the champion Pistons. Abdul Rauf has been a crazy scorer for Golden State and Sacramento, but not something I need. There's the Heat, who have Michael Jordan, and we're a playoff team, so probably not who I'd want to trade with. So it'd be Sixers or Bucks. Let's see who's on the Sixers still. So they got Sabonis. It's where I traded Rice. So they're a decent team. Brandon and Ellis are free agents. Well, Ellis has an option. They still have Ron Harper, who's done getting better. And then next was the Bucks. Let's see who's on the Bucks. Leitner is expired, but has a team option. Ellison, Kukoc. So not a great team, but I thought they were randomly good. I don't get to see what pick they have. The Sixers have the 23rd, so they were good. I feel like it would be the Bucks, but whoops. Let's try it with. Let's get rid of another pick. It's going to be the same things probably because it's the same amount of stars. Well, some of them are throwing in other seconds. The Blazers are back up there. What about just the next two? Nobody? 13th and Sherman Douglas. Mark Price in a first. There's some defense. Horace Grant and Derek McKee. But they wouldn't play for this team as it is. BJ, they're already trying to get rid of him. Okay, so that Bucks 97-98 from the Bucks is looking like the best thing we're gonna do. We've already had Rick Fox on the team. And I think I could do it just with this, right? Yeah. Except it was 97-98 before. Let's see if they'll do that. 97-98. Actually, first things first, let's try 96. Oh, never mind. 97-98. They want my Pistons pick for 99. Which one's the Pistons pick? That is the 29th. Well, that sounds pretty good to me. So let's just click that again. So this is the 10th pick, I think, and the 29th for their 97, 98, and 99. Cool. And the Bucks get Travis Best. So that's not going to make my picks worse. Eric Williams to the Kings. We'll see if Finley goes in these next two. There he goes to the Magic. He's going to back up Dominique Wilkins, I think. Knicks get Allen Henderson. And now the Pacers get back on the clock. 24 offers. Sixers are still an option. The Cavs with a second and 99. That's not bad. Kings. There's the Nets, who are usually pretty good. The Spurs, Blazers. There's two from the Heat. 98 and 99. There's a chance they don't have Michael Jordan by then. Let's go check that out. Jordan has 2 years left, so he could be on a different team. Willis will probably be worse by then, and they don't really have any young studs. So it's my other second for 98 and 99. I think we do that. Do they still have their 96? No, I probably have it then. Okay, let's do that. Keep racking up the first round picks. Corliss Williamson to the Heat, Andrew DeClercq to the Clippers, Brent Barry to the Timberwolves. The Blazers are trading the 17th pick. Dale Ellis is on the move again. So Golden State wanted a fake guy. I love when people trade up to get them fake people. Gary Trent to the Hornets. Rockets get Sean Respert, and the Pacers get some more trade offers here for the 20th pick. Straight up for something probably is going to be fine with me. Cavs or Nets or Spurs. Blazers, which if they lose Drexler, that's probably the best one. The Heat would trade me a second to go up one pick. That's kind of funny. All right, What other picks do I still have? We still have two more. We've got, look at all that. Oh my god, I have like the entire 96 draft. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 96s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 97s. 4 98s. 3 99s. I think we're good on draft picks. So I think we just... I wonder if we combine this. Maybe we can get 2 firsts. Yeah, there we go. 98, 99, 99. I'm afraid one of those is probably mine. We can go back and look, though. We can trade for the 24th and a lottery-protected 96. Let's go check out this Cavs. It is not my pick. It is the Cavs and Knicks. That's probably fine then. It's the 20th and 25th. The Cavs were the 8th worst team. They do have a couple young pieces here in Hardaway and Houston and whoever they draft right here. The Knicks, on the other hand, had Glenn Robinson, who missed the end of the season. So I think we just go ahead and do this. 2 99s. Not a great draft class in 99, but whatever. Kurt Thomas. And the Heat are trading this pick. Fred Roberts joins the team. Oh man, that's who I wanted to get with that 22nd pick. Theo Ratliff was going to be my third center. So let's see who's here. We've not looked in a while. This is 24th. They say Ed O'Bannon should have been gone by now. Matt Maloney. Ostertag, I guess, could be my third center. Or, as we've done so far, we see what the trade offers are. 22nd. There's just straight up for 98, 99. Or we get Theo. Why not get Theo? That's what we were hoping to get. Mavericks. Because it used to be I wanted an older center to mentor Shaq, but I think Shaq's getting too old to mentor, isn't he? Oh no, he's 23. He's still mentorable. Okay, so we won't get Theo. And, well, I don't know if Morning's going to stay on the team. What else do we have down here? We don't have any seconds left. That's good. We still have my 99 first that I don't want. But we've got several years to figure that out. Van Exel still can't be traded. I keep wanting to trade him, but he's not under contract right now. I guess we'll just see what we get for it straight up. There was the Sixers 98, which didn't look bad. The Mavericks, I don't remember who they have. I'll have to check. The Nuggets looked pretty bad. There's the Pistons, who just won the finals, so even though it's a 96 pick, I don't want it, assuming they'll be at least decent. Warriors. Grizzlies are willing to give me Mookie. Alright, I wanted to see Mavericks, or do I just take the 98 I can get? I think I just take the 98. They don't look super good, so sure. And the Sixers will get Randolph Childress. Celtics at O'Bannon finally goes. We have another trade, 24th pick for a future first, so the Kings can get Greg Ostertag. John Amici goes to the Cavs, where he played at some point. Matt Maloney's a Laker. And some fake guys. I don't know how many more real guys are left. We'll see. There we go. Fred Hoiberg, Mavericks. How many more are left in the second round? Kevin Ollie to the Grizzlies. David Vaughn to the Cavs. Jimmy King to the Timberwolves. Eric Snow also to the Timberwolves. Don Reed to the Pistons, where he really played. Is that it? That might be it. All right. So let's go ahead and sign up Kevin Garnett. Get player options, or team options. I will go ahead and extend them all. I can't promise that Mourning and Van Exel will still be on the team. We'll find out. Hakeem Olajuwon has decided to enter free agency. So has Clifford Robinson. Penny Hardaway is not going to continue on his rookie contract. I know his overall didn't go up, but his stats look pretty darn good. Okay, then. Qualifying offers, I have none to give. Interesting. Alright, now let's go see who's on the team. Whoops. We do have 3-point guards. Van Exel could be on the move. Peyton technically now is my starting shooting guard because Reggie Miller is on the Grizzlies. That's weird to say. We just drafted Garnett, so we have loads of small forwards. I guess Rose technically will be my third shooting guard. Garnett or Ori is going to be my other power forward. So we really only need a third center and a third point guard. Or maybe just a third center. An older center, because Kellogg and Stockton are both pretty old. But let's get a experienced center. Do I have any cap holds to get rid of? I do not. It's the first time I think ever. I don't think Hakeem Olajuwon's going to join the team on a minimum contract. Let's see who all's available here. Hakeem, Robinson, and Mutombo. So both of these guys were on the Nets. We'll see if they keep them both around. Pretty cool centers there at the top. And then a huge drop-off. Power forwards, Buck Williams leads the way. Not a great power forward class. Small forwards, Detlef. It's kind of a weak free agent class other than Olajuwon and Robinson. And Clyde Drexler, who has 5 offers. None from the Blazers. So I'm wondering if the Blazers are offering Olajuwon, which is where he was before. No, he's not. Yeah, he is here. So almost every team is offering Hakeem Olajuwon. There's a good chance he does not remain with the Celtics then. Are they even on here? Yes, they are. They can give him the most money, and they are giving him the most money. And Magic Johnson is also here, and I do not see the Lakers on the list. What is happening? Spurs, Hornets, and Magic. Kenny Anderson, Terrell Brandon. Here's Penny. Just seeing what I could get away with here. Okay, so third center was the top priority. Somebody that will take the minimum, preferably with a lot of badges, and older. Sam Perkins has already been on the Pacers. That was how many years ago? 6 years ago. For one season. Didn't do bad. He was, I signed him in free agency once the season started because he joined for the minimum. Divac was a draftee of the Pacers. For a year and a half, he struggled to shoot. And it looks like he's continued to struggle to shoot. Manute Bol would be kind of a fun third center to have. I don't know how many of his badges he could actually help Shaq with that Shaq doesn't have. Mirasan. Alton Lister was on the Pacers twice. He was a midseason trade in the very first year we did this, and then he was very, very angry as a backup center to Herb Williams that year, so we traded him, I think, in the offseason. And then we brought him back as a mentor for Shaq year before last. So I think Manute Bol is going to be the choice. Add him to this cool team. He's 32 years old. We can't imagine, oh my god, he shoots 30%, but he won't be shooting, hopefully. Hopefully won't be playing. We just want him for these badges over here. He does have blinders as shooting. He has break starter and everything else. Hopefully Shaq's not silvers at all of these and he can help him with some of them. I guess I could go look. I don't know that I care that much. But since I'm talking about it, oh my god, he's golds. Chase down artist is a bronze. He doesn't have that playmaking one. He does have the shooting one. So I don't know. Does it make sense? Sure, whatever. Minimum offer. So I do have 13 people. That'll be my 14th. Unless I am potentially trading Morning, who wasn't super impressive in his limited minutes. Let's see what he can get me. 2 firsts for the Bullets. One of the few 96 picks I don't already have, I guess. Juwan Howard in a first. Muggsy in a first. So the Bullets would be the best bet for that. The other guy I was considering trading was Van Exel. 2.5 stars. 96 and Gatling, 96 and Isley. The Kings with protected picks. Horace and McKee. First and Coswell, first and Leonard. What if I put them together? Sprewell and Murray. 2 from the Bullets. Isn't that what they were giving me just for Morning? Pretty sure. But I kind of need to be able to sign somebody that can play, right? Because if I trade Morning, I guess that means Kemp is playing my backup center minutes, which in previous years did not go well. That's what he was at least the first year, I think the second year as well. But maybe his attributes are good enough to where he can handle it. I like how his threes are awful. Has he been shooting them? No. Not since the first 3 years. Okay. So maybe Kemp is my backup center. Peyton's playing shooting guard. We'll see if Jones goes up. Otherwise, Pippen and Hill. Or do I just wait? I keep Morning and then I trade him in this season if he sucks again? Maybe that's fine. Maybe we don't trade unnecessarily. We traded a lot of draft picks, but didn't trade anybody. We let Reggie Miller get drafted by the Grizzlies. Oh, okay. Let's just try it. Let's just move forward here. We do have 2 trade exceptions from last off-season, so those will expire probably as we go through here. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Manute Bull has agreed. David Robinson's now getting lots of offers. And seeing how one's from the Celtics, I'm thinking that means they did not get Olajuwon. Drexler's still not getting anything from the Blazers, so he seems to be on the move. Oh, man. I don't know. I just don't really think Morning... I'd almost rather just put him on a different team. Let's try him with Rose and see if that does anything different. Still those 296, or those 2 firsts from the Bullets. But that was the best pick. So they have Barkley, Stoudemire they just drafted, Simpkins they just drafted last year, and Michael Williams is mediocre point guard who did have a breakout season, it looks like. But Stoudemire is now going to be their starter. So if I give them Morning It gives them a pretty nice core. Definitely gives them their starting center, which I don't know if these picks will be any good. I think let's keep it. I've been making a lot of trades in recent off seasons, so those exceptions just went away. So they have 1 day of moratorium. That must have been when I traded Mutombo in Houston last year. Now Derek Harper is the top free agent, possibly going, well, just about anywhere. Mutombo has 5 offers. We'll see if the Nets decide to match him. The Raptors and Grizzlies are both there. Be really cool to see what teams they end up with. Mutombo's gone now. I'll wait to see where everybody lands as we go through the teams during progression. Byron Scott, who's been on the Clippers, probably going back. All right, so we have 14 players. Center's good. Power forward, you can either put Garnett or Ori over there. Rose and Peyton both become shooting guards. So really it'd be I don't know. I don't really need anything, but I could get another guy to maybe mentor, because I only have 3 guys in their 30s. Pippen can hopefully mentor Hill still. I think that's how I had it before. So maybe we get like a shooting guard mentor to replace Reggie. Who we got that would take the minimum? Jeff Hornacek, Alvin Robertson. He'd have some good defensive badges. He shot terribly. He's definitely on his way down. Had a pretty solid career, but I assume he still has, he's got 9 defensive badges, golds and silvers. So maybe he can help like Eddie Jones. That's looking pretty good to me. Jeff Malone's down here. Joe Dumars, torn ACL. Ouch. He has 27 badges, but probably not signing for the minimum. Let's see if there's anybody in the point guards. Zadell Threet. Spud Webb, who's already been on my team at some point. He has 20 badges. Guess I don't really need a point guard, though. Be interesting to see where Penny ends up. I think we go with Alvin Robertson. He's probably going to go down a couple more, but whatever. He is ready to sign already. Good stuff. Top of the list is now Hersey Hawkins. Where's he planning on going? Warriors. The Jazz is where he was. Penny's still not getting any offers. Clifford Robinson looks to be leaving the Suns. Penny, now he has an offer. The Sixers. Well, that's not good. Didn't I just get a couple of their draft picks? He can go join Glenn Rice and Arvydas Sabonis. Clifford's still there, so he didn't sign. AC Green. He was the 6th man for the Pacers for a while. Forget who we traded to get him, but he was a solid player for me. Won a few titles with the Pacers. Let's keep on going through here. Kaletrapuk's 36. He would almost sign for the minimum, but he's about to get signed elsewhere. Yep, he's gone. Weatherspoon, Rockets or Hornets. So the good guys are leaving us. Mark Jackson back to the Bulls, where he started his career. He has really struggled to find his shot during his career. Tyrone Hill, who's been a Pacer, been jumping all around the league. Reggie Lewis is only 75. never quite became the star. His rookie season was amazing, but then not so much. Didn't really get the playing time, it looks like. Day 10, we're down to the 75 overall people. John Sally was also a pacer. Fun to see all these guys later on. Alright, I'm going to do one last check, just now that teams have fuller rosters. Sometimes the offers change. Jim Jackson in a first. Juwan, BJ in a first, no thanks. So Alvin Robertson I signed and he has a stomach virus. That's fun. That was not there when I signed him. Couple not bad offers for Van Exel. There's 2 firsts from the Blazers. 2 firsts from the Timberwolves. Are they good? Smiths, Bogues, Shrimp. I think these are all guys they already had. They drafted Brent Barry with the 16th. And the other was the Blazers. Did they end up getting Drexler back? No. Nor did they sign Olajuwon. So they don't look to be good. I think I go ahead and get rid of Van Exel then. Does that make sense? Was he might play point guard. If I have an injury, I'd have to sign another point guard. He has B potential. Is there a point guard there I would want? Spud Webb. Avery Johnson wouldn't be terrible, although, yeah, I had him, and he didn't really get to play. But he's shot 35% since then, so probably not somebody I want on my team. Steve Kerr I also had on my team a few years back. A lot of guys have made stops in Indiana and got rings for it. All right, we'll just stick with it. Now we get to see some progression. I'm going to quickly switch just to a position so we can look position by position. No changes. Van Exel did go up 3, although he was a 74 when I was trying to trade him, so he must have already gone up 1 before progression. Stockton got better at 3s. I'm assuming these guys probably got slower because that's what happens. Gary Payton still getting better at offense and defense. Okay. For some reason their intangibles are going down as they get older. That doesn't make much sense. Alright, point guard I'm pretty happy with. Peyton again will be my starting shooting guard this year. We've got Eddie going up 3, and Alvin Robertson still has a stomach virus, going down 3, which is, I was hoping he'd only go down 2, but 3 is whatever. He's going to be on the injured list anyway. Eddie Jones up 4 at 3s. Hopefully he got better at defense as well. Only 69 perimeter D. His consistency is a 91, though. Alvin cannot play long. His stamina is really bad. Oh, was Van Exel's potential any different? Still says B. Okay. B plus for Eddie, who's now 24. So he wasn't 25 because of Ori. So I made him 21, which is what he was at Temple. And now he can't be 21 because of Garnett. So, whatever. Rose went up 2. Ori went up 2 as well. Grant Hill is up 4. So he really is as good as Pippen. Pippen in the final year of his contract. Although I think he has an option after this. That's going to be interesting to see how Grant Hill does. He's going to play more minutes now with Reggie Miller off the team. Pippen will probably be playing, well, I don't know who makes more sense at shooting guard, Pippen or Hill. Hill can shoot some 3s now. So can Robert Horry. He's 88 at them. Hill's not very good at perimeter D, so that's probably where I would put Pippen at shooting guard. Although he's not as laterally quick, that's Hill. He's an A- potential. Garnett says number 43, so I don't know why he's not 21 if it changed Jones. He says he's an A+ potential, so we'll hope that that stays that way. Power forward. Kellogg only went down 1. Kemp stayed the same, so that does still give me a decision to make between these guys on who will start. I'm just thinking after being upset in the first round by the 8 seed, it's time to make some changes. And it starts with putting Gary Payton in the starting lineup, getting rid of Reggie and his anger, although it wasn't exactly playing that way. But maybe we start Kemp. The reason I've been sticking with Kellogg is because he can shoot. He stretches the floor next to Shaq a lot better than Sean Kemp does. Kemp and Shaq kind of have similar, just dominating inside games. Kemp is a better defender. Not nearly the passer. This is 91. What in the world? Blocking is definitely Kemp. Rebounds definitely Kemp. So that would actually hurt Shaq's rebounding as well. I don't care for that. Kemp's much faster. Kellogg cannot play so much, but he already has been going down. Shaq only went up 1. That's kind of sad to see. Bull went down 3 and Mourning stayed the same. Why can't Shaq get better at free throws? Please. Please stop shooting 45%. His shot IQ did go up, although he shot like 64%, I think. Passing's better. Perimeter D. I wish you could see like which... Oh wait, maybe you can. So you can see tendency changes. Okay. Oh, I was hoping it would show here if people gained badges, but I guess that doesn't happen. I don't know how to tell when that happens. Alright, let's go through the league here and see what we notice about roster changes as well as progression. So the Nuggets got noticeably worse. They drafted Reeves, but the same guys at the top here, and both of those got worse. Ryder only went up 1. Net, oh my God. So they got rid of David Robinson, but they signed Olajuwon. So Olajuwon, who was drafted by the Blazers, then left for Boston to join Larry Bird for a couple years, is now on the Nets. So they did an upgrade because Robinson was a 90, but they also kept Mutombo. So I don't quite understand that. Otherwise, not so good. Their point guard is a fake guy, looks like. They've got a lot of fake guys down here. That's not looking so special for them. Clyde Drexler joins the Mavericks. That's a big get for them. He's played in Portland this entire time. Looks like he's going to be averaging a lot. They got the 3rd pick, Joe Smith. They still have Price. Not a bad team. Lakers, Magic Johnson's not here. So Patrick Ewing, it's his team now. Wow. They still have Gill. They signed Dumars, who's been on lots of teams, or flipped many times. The Knicks don't look very good. Robinson went up 3. Ewing stayed the same, right? Yeah. Robinson up 3. Darrell Armstrong up 3. For the Kings, they look like one of the worst teams. Jim Jackson, even though he's been averaging ridiculous amount of points, for some reason goes down 1. Again, I don't understand how progression works on this game. You'd think it would be tied to how well they did. He shot amazingly. Pretty good stats here next to his points. Whatever. Jazz, who have Weber now up 3. He's one of the best players in the league now, one of the few 90-plus people. They did draft Theo to be the defensive player next to him. Otherwise, they're kind of missing... Who's their small forward? They don't really have one. Hawks are just really awful, like really awful. Danny Ferry's still their best player. That's how that was last year, but oh my God, they only have 4 people 76 or higher. The Clippers got David Robinson. So that not only have they kept Cummings and Karl Malone together forever, but they now add a center in David Robinson, which will make them play less probably, because they also have Daniel Marshall at small forward. This will be interesting. Clippers might be a team to watch. He's been on the Nets the whole time. Celtics, after losing Olajuwon, have nobody now. Tracy Murray, who already was averaging 20 points a game, is probably about to average 25. He only went up 1. Aaron McKee went up 3, though. For the Cavs, Mark Aguirre is at the top, but he went down 2. Allen Houston did not go up after averaging 19 points a game. They didn't extend or accept the option on Penny Hardaway, so we'll see where he ended up. For the Bulls, this looks like the same team they had before, except for Charles Oakley joins. Bullets didn't really do much here. They drafted Stoudemire. The Bucks looks pretty much the same. Oh my god, everybody's huge. The first 8 people are like 6'10 or taller. Well, or just small forward, power forward, or bigger. So this is an interesting team. They did draft Travis Best. They got some point guards, Kevin Edwards. Clifford Robinson isn't going to have to average 20 points a game. Or is he? Maybe. They don't really have much scoring. Sixers did get Penny Hardaway. So maybe Ron Harper can mentor him into something better. He only went up 1. They also still have Spreewell, who's down 2 for some reason. Grizzlies, what'd they end up with Reggie? So Reggie and McDyess are going to be what they build around. Eric Montross is who they took from Dallas. Looks like Keith's their starting small forward, and KJ at point guard. Not a bad-looking lineup, really. I mean, Bias will probably be their 6th man, and he's a pretty good scorer. Blaylock and KJ, guys that never really got off and running as well as they did in real life. For the Raptors, they're looking about in the same shape. Wallace and Armstrong. I don't know. I like the Grizzlies over the Raptors here. Still a lot of guys we haven't seen yet. We haven't seen Magic Johnson, and there's somebody else too that I'll remember when I see him. This looks like pretty much the same team, except they added Anthony Mason from Boston. The Magic are who drafted Michael Finley. Jawan Howard went up 3. Dominique is on his way down. We'll see if he can keep averaging 20 points. They added AC Green. The Hornets got Magic Johnson. So the team that upset the Pacers in the first round of the playoffs go with Magic. Interesting. So maybe John Starks won't be, well, he'll probably still be an all-star. He might be even better with Magic Johnson running the show. This team still doesn't look that good. They didn't look good when they beat me, and they still don't look great, even with Magic Johnson. The Heat don't look like they improved their roster around Michael Jordan. Antonio Davis went up a couple. Warriors look pretty much the same. Blazers traded for Dale Ellis, down 2. Isaiah's down 2. So losing Drexler was a huge punch to them. The Sonics still have Anderson Gugliotta. I didn't even mention that the cool logo changes that happened during this offseason, Sonics being one of them. Wesley was on, he was on them last year. Okay. The Suns draft Stackhouse, so he replaces Clifford Robinson as like their only scoring threat. They still look quite terrible. Spurs still have their 3-headed monster of sorts. They added Kelly here as a shooter, but he's kind of like Mullen. Not super deep, or not deep at all. Rockets have always had a few 80 people, but never anything super good. Harper went down 2. Skiles went down 2, but Sam Cassell went up 4. He's a 79 overall. And the Pistons, who are the defending champs. Jason Kidd went up 4, getting Rookie of the Year and Finals MVP. Mashburn did not go up, stuck at 82. Rodman surprisingly didn't go down. Draws and Grant. So they kept their starting lineup. McKee was their main bench guy. They kept Shaw, Seeley. So most of their team returns, which is kind of dangerous. All right. Well, we'll skip the Summer League, and we'll go see where the All-Star Game was in this is going to be 96. It looks like it was San Antonio. Oh yeah, I can remember. It's actually those jerseys right there that they're showing Grant Hill in the background. That was San Antonio game. Oh no. Well, Jalen Rose is hurt in Summer League. We'll hope that he's back by the start of the real thing. Again, I thought this was something they so easily could have programmed into the NBA eras, as you just have the actual city that the All-Star break was in, but whatever. We will load. I can't remember if this is still... It's 96. Do I have it here? Yes, this I think was the last one I did before I had to create another account. So 96, let's see. This is a huge draft class. We've got Iverson, Antoine Walker, Sharif Abdurrahim, Vitaly Potapenko, Kobe Bryant, Kerry Kittle, Stephon Marbury, Ray Allen, Marcus Camby, Lorenzen Wright, Smokey Walker, Eric Dampier, Tony Delk. Pretty cool. Kobe had 12. Allen Iverson, 22, 5, and 6. On the world side, we got Peja leading the way at 24. Ilgauskas with 12. And I think that's it when it comes to real people. Let's go ahead and advance. So hopefully Jalen Rose is back. He is not. He is out 2 to 4 months. Okay, well, he wasn't really going to play anyway. We are going to go ahead, I think, and change positions. Peyton goes down 2 as a shooting guard. I don't know that I'm going to change him. But Rose, I am. God, he goes down 2 as well. I don't really like when people go down. Horry goes down 1. Garnett goes up 2. I'm going to leave him as a small forward for now. Horry will make a power forward. And we'll just go with that. 20, 12, 9. Alvin Robertson's not going to be 21 because Garnett is. I think Robertson was like 3. I have to look that up. Let's see. Alvin. 21, 3, or 7. Let's do 3. As long as nobody else needs it. Hill, we have 15 because that was his Team USA. Pippen the same way. Garnett, Rose is 5. Kellogg's 33. Manute should be 10. Is that right? Is he 10 or 11? Both. He was 10 most of the time. So 10 sounds good. He'll never play another position. Everybody's secondary is good to go. All right. So there's the team. Starting year number, what is it going to be? 13, I guess. That's crazy to say. I want to go see. So overall, in the league, there are 6 people 90 or above, and 2 of them are on the Pacers. We got Olajuwon, Robinson, and Peyton leading the way. Weber, Ewing, and Shaq at 90. Point guard, Pacers have 1st and 3rd. Jason Kidd as a second year is 4th already. Muggsy Bogues is up here. Magic at age 36 is still 2nd. Jordan and Drexler tied at the top. Unfortunately, Jordan I think 89 was the highest he ever got. Reggie is a Grizzly now. Oh my gosh, it's 81. He actually is going down. We'll see if he stays upset. I would think he's going to play quite a bit for them since they don't have much going on. Not much depth here at shooting guard. Small forward. So I've got second and third. Glenn Rice, former Pacer there. James Worthy's still 83. Got power forward Weber just whooping on everybody. Cummings, poor Karl Malone's down here, 82. Kellogg still top 5, tied with Barkley. Kemp's also there. And center, Shaq tied for third, top 4, very cool. Center looks like the best position overall at the top. And let's look at the first returns here. Iverson, Marbury, Allen. Kobe has 5th, and 6th. And we have so many picks coming for the Pacers. Whoops. So we have hopefully some of those teams that are really bad. The Nuggets being one of them. The Suns being one. Oh, it's top 3 protected. That's where the protection's actually probably going to matter, because I imagine the Suns will be one of the worst 3 teams. We'll see how it goes. We might look to trade some of these at the deadline if the team's looking good. Go ahead and get rid of them. Any contract extensions? Scottie Pippen is ready to re-sign already. I don't know why Shaq's not eligible. Sign extensions during the offseason prior to the final option year of their contract. Or wasn't that was the final? During the offseason. Okay, well, there's nowhere to ever do that, so I'm not sure what that means. It looks like Stockton, Kellogg, and Kemp will be able to if they decide they want to. Pippen, oh, he's only wanting 4 years. Well, that's probably not going to happen, Scotty, because we've got Grant Hill, who's just as good as you. Sorry about you. All right, well, that's where we will stop. I will do my rotation, my mentors, my training, all that stuff. Go through the league and fix some numbers and stuff like that before we go live next time, where we will start the 95-96 season, which is hopefully going to end better than the 94-95 season did. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for tuning in. Till then, Shaq Redemption's out.